Today is day 23 of the High on Life challenge. And today starts my favorite part of the whole challenge. This is all about quantum reality, the quantum field, the infinite field of possibilities, the unified field in quantum physics. I call it the God field. You can call it consciousness. You can call it, it has many names over lifetimes, the absolute, the divine matrix. What we know about this field is it is a field of energy. But not only is it a field of energy, it is a field of information. It is a blueprint. It is alive with information, the Akash. It is alive with all of the information for all of space and time. So this blueprint, this Akash, this God field, is the greatest. It's spirit. It is the biggest part of us, right? That we are all a part of. And then it coalesces, and then we have in that layer within it, we have our soul. And then within this layer inside of that, we have our mind energy field. And then that comes into our physical body. We're trying to create higher states of consciousness, when we're trying to create bliss, have less stress and anxiety in our lives. If we're working at the field of the physical, it's a lot harder to do. When we work at the level of the mind thinks, is the energy field of thoughts. The energy field of the soul is in images. And then the energy field of the unified field of consciousness of the God field is energy, and it's energy magnified. It's energy with information in it. And so at each of those levels, when we can work in different ways to create a different experience for ourselves. So this week we're going to be talking about the energy and the level of working with the unified field, working with the God field to completely change your experience of life. It helps to understand how it works and how we manifest things, create things, how we are the co-creators of our world, and how we are the ones that are creating our experiences through our perceptions and through this, using this field of energy, this field of information, this infinite field of possibilities that is existing around us. So I'm going to give you a simple example that I love to share with my students about how we are connected to this field and what that looks like. I want you to think of the ocean. Think of the unbounded ocean, right? And in that ocean are all these droplets, these molecules, these little droplets of water. Now, all of those droplets of water, depending on the time in the day and the waves and the currents, some of them start out and they're at the bottom of the ocean, and then they come up and they move and they become the wave, right? They become the wave that it then crashes onto the shore. If you have a bucket and you take a bucket of the ocean, it is still the ocean in the bucket. And so there is no separation. There is no difference from the wave, from the ocean that's in the bucket, from the waves that are active on the top of the ocean to the molecules and the droplets at the very bottom of the ocean that are silent and have hardly any movement. Well, that is what consciousness is. That is what this infinite field of possibility is. You are a wave in that ocean. The molecules come together and they create that wave, that individual, right? It's creating that, and then it goes back into that. And the deeper at the top of the ocean, everything is alive and energetic and moving, and it solidifies into matter because there's lots of energy and lots of things going on. It creates that energy. But as you go down farther and farther into the bottom of the ocean, it becomes silent, but full of the same information, full of everything that we have. That is us. We are on the top, bubbling, our thoughts and our energy. We are this wave that has been created. And as we drop into higher states of consciousness, we're dropping into the depths of this stillness, dropping into this void, into this experience, this place where the energy is all alive, where everything is accessible. But it is not in words, it does not come in images, it is only energy. And it is in that space of energy that you are able to co-create the world. And then they come together and they create this wave that becomes you. Well, if you can dive deep into that ocean, you can recreate that wave and then you can have a different experience. But this is how we understand when we say the spiritual saying, we are one. Literally, every single flower, every rock, every person is a part of this ocean. So today, I want you to think about how you're interacting with other people, because if they are part of this same energy that are being coalesced and shown to you, but that energy is the same energy that you have, the way that you treat someone else, the way that you experience someone else, the things that you say, the things that you do, the judgments, all of these things, as you do to another, you are doing to yourself in this great ocean of energy. Whatever you're putting out, it will come back to you in some sort of way. So today, your challenge is to have an experience of oneness before you actually maybe understand what that feels like, by allowing yourself to open up to more bliss and joy and love by the way you treat others.